All right, Liz, you are not late. You are right on time. I'm just trying to get everything situated over here because funny thing about doing these on your own, here, I'll get you guys ready. All right, so funny thing about doing all this stuff on your own is that Bridget's at a meeting, and so usually we have somebody fielding questions. Usually we have somebody doing social media stuff. Usually that person's doing an awful lot on the back end. So since I'm here on my own and Bridget's doing the Bridget thing, I am kind of all over the place right now. So just bear with me and we're going to be good. Yeah, Liz, you are not late. Neither is Elisa. All right. Where did that go? There we go. Now that one's working. Turn that on mute. Alright, I'm going to do another 30 seconds. Give me another 30 seconds, we're going to be good. I'll tell you all about the vacation, how cool it was. Elisa, you got questions? Type away and I will get to them immediately. Don't want to start a watch party. Okay, looks like we are good to go. All right, so Bridge and I just got back from our awesome little vacation. Now, it was more of a micro vacation because we got away, spent 3 days there, and then came back. And it was much needed. Between all the stuff that we do in our free time, free time, and then all the volunteerism that we do, and then all the work that we do, and all the traveling that we do have to do for work, it's been insane. So now we finally got to the point where we can unwind, take a really quick break. So as far as vacation went, we went to this tiny little place in Tennessee, and I'm sure Bridget's going to come up with a blog post with great photos. And this place was literally in the middle of nowhere. It was awesome. We had to drive through the Thomas Jefferson George Washington National Forest to get there, and it took maybe an hour and a half of just driving through the forest from Atlanta to get to the tiny little cabin that we needed to get to. And the cabin itself was actually incredible. I can't really explain it. I mean, living in upstate New York for the majority of my life, and then moving to Wisconsin, you got used to seasons. And this is something that a lot of Floridians talk about, but most of us just put it to the side. And when it comes to just getting away from Florida, super important. If you live down here, just get away for a little bit. Go do something else. Go see other places. Sit down, eat with other people. It was incredible. So we were in this secluded little place, and then had a bonfire first thing in the morning at like 6 a.m. We had a bonfire. We stayed out there until like noon. Not really exaggerating. We spent hours in front of the bonfire first thing in the morning, and then after that. We spent hours actually in front of the television in the middle of the woods watching Netflix and just chilling, just completely relaxing. It was awesome. So we'll post some awesome photos of it and go from there. So Kimmy, I'm doing great. Pretty refreshed from the awesome vacation. And so any questions you guys have, fire away. Now Bridget is at a meeting at Big Cat Rescue tonight, so you guys got me. And so I'm going to teach you all how to make one of my favorite drinks tonight called the Aviation. Now, the last time we did the mojito, the Aviation is a little bit different, and I had to run down the liquor store to get the ingredients because I spur of the moment, first thing this morning, I was like, Aviations. And so we got some gin, We have some Licardo liqueur. This is their maraschino liqueur. Warning with this, big warning, too much of this will easily destroy your drink. I'm talking like you went from being, with the spirit of an aviation to spot on point to a little bit too much, drinks destroyed. And then we have this guy here, which is a violet syrup. So violet flower syrup. And this is crucially important to the drink. It not only adds color, but it adds a very unique flavor to the drink that not a lot of people really have come to know. So if you are one of the 4 people watching us on Facebook right now, click the little link up top that says youtube.com/chicken and nugget. Head on over there because that's where the multi-camera stream is going to be, and you will be lost without it. All right. So let's see. Do we have any questions as of yet? Yeah, if you guys can make it here, party at my place. The house is clean. We had a cat sitter for a couple days, and we cleaned the house. It's immaculate. Come on over. Place is awesome. Let's see. So, just scrolling through some comments here, making sure all is going well so far. Yeah, April last weekend busyness was intense. Elisa can attest to that. It was worth a vacation, and I hope that the people that worked Walkabout as well also got a break too. The funny thing about doing events like that, I'm noticing I don't have my measuring cup around. Funny thing about doing events like that is that there's a lot of build up to it, and then the day of, you find all these little things that need to be done that you didn't really realize needed to be done. So we need a vacation. Let me find my jigger real quick. Not in there. It's behind the gin. So this past week, we also, right before we left for vacation, the dishwasher decided that it no longer wanted to be a dishwasher. So dishes are all over the place over here, and Bridget is in the middle of cooking a pretty awesome lunch for the Big Cat Rescuers for tomorrow. And as it turns out, I got a lot of dishes to wash after this. So I'm just pulling up the recipe here. Now, the recipe that I'm going to use for this drink is actually pulled off of liquor.com. The reason I use this recipe for the Aviation is because it's very simple. The Aviation is a very simple drink. But when it comes down to it, this recipe is pretty much spot on point. So if you just simply Google Aviation Cocktail, and I'm going to type this recipe up as well with some little minor tweaks that I would make to it, just because, I like to do that. So if you want it now, feel free, go ahead. So when it comes to the cost of some things, the gin that I got, I don't like to skimp on crappy liquors, just because we're trying to wean down our liquor collection, and I guess it might just be because we're growing up, and so we want to go ahead and get something decent. So we got, decent gin this time. So cost-wise, probably about $30 to $50 for a big thing of gin like this. This one's the Bombay Dry Gin, London style. I like the London style just because it has a slightly different flavor than their regular one. The thing that I would change about this particular recipe I'm going to make tonight is the violet syrup that I'm using. The recipe calls for a violet liqueur. Now, the shop didn't have it. Well, I raced down there about 2 hours ago to go ahead and get the ingredients for this, and they didn't have the right liqueur that I wanted. So they have a liqueur that is alcoholic, and then they have the syrup. Now, the syrup will get you by. I guess big difference is one's alcoholic, one's not. I did find that I needed a little bit more of this to get the flavor that I wanted, but way cheaper. The regular liqueur goes for like $30 to $40 a bottle. This one goes for $7 to $10. So big difference in price. And then the Luxardo maraschino liqueur. this small, tiny little bottle, you're going to use very little of this. This is the thing that can really screw up your stuff. So, boop. Let's go to a different camera here. Oh no, did our feed completely die? No, okay. So our feed didn't completely die, just the camera did, because it's terrible. All right. So we got that one up and running. So let's go ahead. Let's make a drink. Now, if you are on YouTube and you can't see what I'm doing here, or on Facebook and you can't see what I'm doing here, head on over to YouTube. If you want to see my face, head on over to Facebook because one of the cameras just died. All right, so very simply, as I take a look at the recipe here, it calls for dry gin. Check. So we're going to use 2 ounces of dry gin. And if any of you have questions, go ahead. Kimmy's singing and dancing is going to be hilarious because none of us talked about what the heck we're going to do tomorrow. I guess Bridget and I discussed it. We talked about it with Elisa. It's going to be really awesome. At least I'm going to like it. Right? So that's the cool thing. All right, so I'm going to go with 2 ounces of gin. By the way, the cutting board that I'm using tonight, this one is for sale at thecoppercog.com. Proceeds from that go to chicken and nugget. So here goes my, that's 1.5 ounces. Need another 1/2 ounce here of dry gin. There we go. There's 2 ounces of gin. And we're going to go ahead and do 1/2 ounce of the maraschino liqueur. Now again, this is the stuff that can really make or break this drink. If you put in too much, it's done. If you put in too little, well, thankfully you can add a little bit more, but it's still kind of done. Let's see. Nikki, yeah, technology is stopping in sequence. Technology is my thing. I think at times that is a detriment to things that I do around here, just because too much technology, and next thing you know, the whole ship sinks. And I don't find it out until the ship actually is sunk. All right, then the next one is our violet syrup. All right, so we're going to go with this, and we are going to do 1/4 ounce of this. Now this, if you go a little overboard on, it's not going to really kill the drink. It is more of a flavorful thing. So there's that. And then 3/4 ounce of fresh lemon. Now with the lemon, I usually typically go with just, shut up, Sarah. I usually go with 1/2 lemon with this. It's pretty close to 3/4 ounce. So if you want to roll with that, if you have small lemons, you're probably going to be okay. Really big ones, and you're probably going to be closer to 1 ounce. So, all right, that's in there. That's done. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and shake it up. Let me see if my other camera turned on here. And it looks like it kind of didn't. So bear with me just a second. All right, that camera will die, I know it, but here we go. Need some ice. Now for the ice when making drinks, I've talked to some bartenders and they're fine with just loading it down with tons of ice, but I think that's because they have their ice machine's just going. We go, because our ice maker's been broken for years and we just haven't bothered to fix it. We just go down the Publix, buy a bag of ice, and so a couple of cubes is going to be just fine for this. All right, so you go ahead, close it up, give it a shake. And once it's done, you fight with the top. And here we go. Let me get you into the camera. Now, usually when this is served, it's served with Luxardo cherry. If you've never seen a Luxardo cherry before, they are those nice dark purple cherries. They're just awesome. So I will go ahead and make this one more time for the people that are coming in late. So I see we have a bunch of people coming in over on Facebook. So if you have any questions, please feel free, fire away. So that one's going to be for Nico if he ever gets out of work and gets here. And if he doesn't, then I'll just drink it. That's cool. April, I'm confused. What are you going on about there? Carol or Brittany? And then, you know, Andy, I think if I was to go with lime in this, it would actually make it a different drink altogether. I don't think the Aviation would work with the lime just because of that acidity that lime has. I don't know if it would play well out here. If you've tried it, I'm more than willing to give it a go. I mean, I have no problem with that. So, all right, so we got 2 ounces of gin, dry gin. I have 1/4 ounce or 1/2 ounce of my maraschino liqueur. And then 3/4 ounce or 1/4 ounce of the violet syrup. And I'm actually going to go with a little bit extra on this because I like this stuff. And 1/2 a lime. Get your stuff away in the fridge. All right, and so that is that. All right. You know, I don't know if either one of them would be down for dancing April. You know, it's a fun thing to do, but you know, just be honest with everybody. It's not for everybody. I'm just fine making myself look like an idiot. I have no problem with that. If people want to go ahead and there we go, that'll work. If people want to go ahead and laugh at me, I thoroughly enjoy that. There's some people that are very uncomfortable with that, and I don't know if those two fall into that. There we go. That's the purple that I'm looking for. All right, so the color should be very, very purpley. So I think you guys can see that. All right. So as far as that goes, let me see. That is on point. So I may just go ahead and type up this recipe as is and just credit liquor.com for what they've done. All right, so I know it's a short video today, but that's that. We will be live tomorrow. So I know a lot of you are big fans of Big Cat Rescue. So we will be live. Let's see. Bridget and I will go live at 12:15. I will also be live 2 other times tomorrow at Big Cat. So I'm going to be doing a live. Somebody's meowing. All right, so I'm going to be doing a live at 10:15 tomorrow, doing more of a cat spotlight. So if you head on over to the daily, no, not daily Big Cat. If you are part of the closed group on Facebook for Big Cat Rescue, we're going to go ahead and do a cat spotlight. And so I got to figure out which cat that we're going to do that with. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and have our 12:15. So the spotlight will only be about 10 to 15 minutes. Nothing too crazy. It's more of a tech test to make sure that things aren't falling apart, but also to go ahead and show off one of the cool cats there, right? And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the 12:15, so you guys will see Bridge, and Bridge will give you an update on our vacation. And then at 3:15, I'm going to go live again. And so something cool happened actually over the past few weeks. So if you've been following us, you'll know that we have tech problems galore inside of here. It takes an awful lot of chicken and nugget to get all this stuff to work, and we have more stuff coming. So right now, I am trying to figure out, other than getting rid of this island here, I'm trying to figure out how to go ahead and get the camera that's inside the June here that shows us all how to cook or cooking of the food, how to go ahead and make it live to all of you. So that is hopefully by like Thanksgiving, because I know Bridget has some really big stuff planned for chicken and nugget for Thanksgiving. And then after that, well, anyways, tomorrow at 3:15, brand new camera. We just got in the GoPro Hero 8 Black, so we're gonna go live with that. For those of you that are watching on Facebook, I'm watching it right here as well, and it is crystal clear. So I'm really hoping that you guys will be able to see cats with super crystal clarity. Susan, that is one of the goals. We've heard that he is very, very up and popular, and so Tom is another one as well. So we'll see who we can stop on by. But obviously, as you know, we are not going to go ahead and pull anybody out of cages just to show them. That kind of defeats the purpose. But anywho, that's the drink. So that's the Aviation. The Aviation, it was made in New York in 1919. It has been around for, well, since 1919. It is one of the classier drinks that you're going to find at places simply because when it's dark and there's a lot of dim light, it just shines purple. It's incredible. First time I had one of these was at a bar called the Bombay Club in New Orleans. And even to this day, I've tracked down the bartenders. I still go back to those places and have them make me one of these. And the reason is that it's not a drink that you're going to sit down and just slam. An Aviation is a drink that it's kind of like a regular martini. You're not going to drink them quickly. If you do, they burn. You're going to take it very slowly, a little bit at a time. You'll enjoy it. And so, yeah, when it comes to an Aviation, there you go. All right, so, yeah, 100 years for that drink, Liz. All right, so let's see. Do I have any questions from anybody over here? All right, and if any of you kicked into that Big Cat fundraiser we had going the other day that's making 3 of us go ahead and sing and dance tomorrow. Excuse me. I am incredibly excited about it, but I also got to listen to the same song 500 times to figure out how to sing it. Axter, we got to open up your liquor palette there. And I have not tried a grasshopper, Nikki. And again, if you're watching us on Facebook, head on over to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and help us out over there. Yes, click the like button, please. Not just the like button over at over there. Go ahead and click subscribe. We're trying to get our subscriber count up to at least 1,000. The reason is that once our subscriber count is up to 1,000, and I am not one to go ahead and hide this stuff, we can monetize this channel. And what that means is that Bridget can spend more time making awesome videos like this and really focus on you guys, right? So we got to get up to 1,000 subscribers over there. Elisa, we'll get to that on the phone. There's some pretty, I guess, everybody in here will know what we're singing as soon as we go ahead and mention what we're singing tomorrow. So if any of you are not part of the Daily Big Cat thing, and you are brand new to Chicken and Nugget because you want the recipes, you love food, if you love animals too, go to thedailybigcat.com and just click subscribe, and you'll see us pop up tomorrow, and you'll see 3 idiots out there, 1 idiot and 2 amazing people out there singing and dancing. So yeah, Nikki, what is... No, we are definitely not doing the Baby Shark song. That might be like if we win, if we make $1,000 next week or this weekend, and Elisa makes me angry. Baby Shark. All right, so any other questions? All right, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for today. I'd love to go ahead and make more, but I was also going to show you how to make a regular martini tonight, but I might have to hold off on that one for a little bit. Basically, it's dry gin and some vermouth, but I realized that I'm out of vermouth, and I don't have any white wine that is pretty much stale, which is an okay substitute, pretty terrible substitute, but it works. So as far as that goes, I hope you guys all do a great job or have a great evening. And hop on over, Daily Big Cat tomorrow, 10:15, 12:15, 3:15. And we're going to have a blast. So anyways, you guys have a great one. I'll talk to you tomorrow.